Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this lesson. Today I am going to discuss on the topic anti-war poem. So here I begin. And before that, let me ask you, have you subscribed to my channel? If you haven't, then please do. And watch the video till end and press the like button if you have liked it. So let us start with a brief introduction of what is an anti-war poem. Anti-war poem refers to the anti-war movement or anti-war, which is a social movement usually in opposition to a particular nation's decisions to carry on an armed conflict unconditional of a maybe existing just cause. The term can also refer to pacifism, which is the opposition to all the military power during conflict. In the same way, After Blenheim is an anti-war poem, as the poet tried to provoke people to stand against war through his words. He tried to evoke fear among them by stating the previous war experiences and the destruction that we got. So we can say that anti-war means against war or a particular war. Many activists distinguish between anti-war movement and peace movement. Anti-war activists work through protest and other grassroots means to attempt to pressure the government to put an end to a particular war or conflict. In this lesson, I will be discussing about the two anti-war lessons which is included in ICSE lessons and in ICSE syllabus. Now I'll give you a brief introduction about the two eminent personalities. One is the poet and another is an author. So first of all, let us talk about the poet Robert Southey, who has written the poem After Blenheim. Robert Southey was an English poet of the Romantic School and poet laureate for 30 years, from 1813 until his death till 1843. He began writing plays and poems and in particular developed the ballad form in poems such as After Blenheim and The Inchcape Rock. He was a prolific writer of verse and histories and an accomplished biographer who wrote the life of Nelson. If he was not an original and successful in his poetry like Wordsworth, but his prose is highly skillful. He was appointed poet laureate in 1813. He gained a respectable reputation in his time, and many scholars and critics believe he is certainly worth examining as a contemporary study. He was a poet, historian, and a biographer. He was born in Bristol in 1774 in England. Now I'll discuss another eminent author, Ernest Hemingway, who has written the story Old Man at the Bridge. Ernest Hemingway grew up in a suburb of Chicago. He was an American journalist, novelist, short story writer, and sportsman. He was born on 21st July 1899 and died on 2nd July 1961. His economical and understated style, which he termed the iceberg theory, had a strong influence on 20th century fiction, while his adventurous lifestyle and his public image brought him admiration from later generations. He won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1954 and Pulitzer Prize in 1953. Now I will tell you about the poem and the story in brief. After Blenheim by Robert Southey is an anti-war poem that centers around one of the major battles of 18th century, the Battle of Blenheim. In the poem, Caspar represents the ordinary common people who believe in the claims of authority. He is a common farmer who plows the field and grows crops. Caspar belongs to that group of people who believe in warmongers, who always glorify war to support their own cause by motivating youth to join the army and sacrifice their life for the nation. Caspar believes in the romantic ideals regarding war and feels proud for the famous victory of the English army. He repeatedly utters it was a famous victory, though it came at the expense of thousands of lives. In fact, he himself was a sufferer, but he feels that these things happen at every famous victory. Through a conversation between Caspar and his grandchildren, the poet gradually reveals the scene of a former battlefield. The instances lead to the revelation of the tragic end of war and the vulnerability of human life. The poem shows us how devastating wars are, not to mention the thousands of casualties. Caspar has no reason to support his claims of great victory. This is an indication that Caspar is a symbolic of old people with their old beliefs. They are afraid to think against the authorities, against the set ideals. They are rather conservative and choose to stick to what they have known so far. Caspar can be viewed as a perfect foil to his grandchildren who represents new ideas. The story Old Man at the Bridge by Ernest Hemingway is related to an anti-war aspect. It can be easily felt when the old man meets the soldier on the bridge. It is all about the sense of duty. He acts as a shepherd to perform his duty of observing what's happening all around. In Old Man at the Bridge, the narrator, that is the soldier, in the Spanish Civil War, tries to convince an old man sitting on the side of the road to get himself to safety before fighting arrives. While the soldier worries that the old man will die if he stays there, the old man isn't worried about his own safety. Instead, he worries a lot about the animals he left behind when he fled from his hometown. Both old man and the soldier are concerned about the survival of others. The old man is worried about his animals, whereas the soldier is worried about the old man. But their concern is futile, as the animals have been abandoned and the soldiers walks away, leaving the old man on the bridge. In this way, the author shows the horror of war without even depicting the bloodshed. All people were fleeing across the Ponton Bridge, and the soldiers makes it more authentic by telling that his job was to cross the bridge and find out till where the enemy had approached, making it clear that the violence of war has not yet arrived, but it is coming. The soldier worries about the advancing forces who will surely try to kill them both. When the soldier urges the old man to try to walk until he can catch a truck that could carry him away, the old man can only fall back down, repeating, I was taking care of animals. The soldier concludes that he cannot help the old man and presumably leaves him to die there. Now, dear children, I'll tell you the connection between the poem and the story. The first point of connection, that is the first point, is that the similarity between the old man at the bridge and after Blenheim is that both the old men have suffered with a dangerous war, but Caspar has suffered that war in his childhood or past, and the old man who is sitting on the bridge is suffering from that war in his present age when he was an old man. Point number 2. In After Blenheim, we can see evidences of war discovered by the little boy, and the grandfather tells them how the wars used to be. Whereas in The Old Man at the Bridge, the old man is having a dialogue with the soldier who is trying to help him while keeping an eye on the enemy while he awaits his own death. Point number 3. In the poem After Blenheim and the story Old Man at the Bridge, they both are based on respect towards nation and social. Point number 4. Both After Blenheim and the story of Old Man at the Bridge focuses on depicting the harmful and bad effects of war, how wars destroys the life of a common man. Point number 5. After Blenheim by Robert Southey is an anti-war poem that centers around on the major battles of the 18th century. The Battle of Blenheim, written in 1796 in the form of a ballad, it offers deep insight on war and its consequences. Point number 6. Both of these pieces of literature portray the destructive nature of war and how a war spares no one, be it a common man who is without politics or the environment around. It focuses on the futility of war and provides the reader with the message that war should be avoided at all costs. Point number 7. In the story Old Man at the Bridge, the Spanish Civil War began in 1936 at a time when two other European countries were already under brutal anti-democratic regimes. The Spanish War resulted in political division across the country. In this story, the Republican fighters are trying to blow up the bridge during the Spanish Civil War, whereas in After Blenheim, a battle was fought between the English and the French at a small village called Blenheim in 1704. The English who fought had won the battle were assisted by the Austrians and Bavarians. The English fought under the command of the Duke of Marlborough. Now, dear children, I'll tell you the relevance of the context. After Blenheim is quite relevant because the poet discusses the aftermath of the battle fought at a small village called Blenheim between English and French. The poet indicates that even after such destructive consequences of the Battle of Blenheim, common people are not wise enough to talk against war. The short story Old Man at the Bridge demonstrates the vicious repercussions of war on disinterested innocence. The soldier sensitively portrays the sorry plight of the common man affected by war. War causes death and destruction, and this is highlighted through the condition of the old man, who can be seen as the symbol of civilian victims of war. The old man gives meaning to his life by taking care of his animals, but the war takes away everything from him. He sits alone, helplessly on the bridge. He surrenders his fate and waits for his impending death. Now I'll tell you the message of both the anti-war poem as well as the short story. The poem After Blenheim gives a strong message that war can never be great. War is not an option, and nothing ever justifies the loss of lives and destruction caused by the war. And rather, we can say that war does not make a country winner or loser. It causes destructions between the two. War is horrible. Thousands of persons are killed, wounded, and maimed. Houses are burned down. People become homeless. The poet advocates the philosophy of violence. In the short story, Old Man at the Bridge by Ernest Hemingway gives us the message, the tragedy of war. It illustrates how the war disrupts the life of innocent people who are caught up in this war. The author skillfully illustrates in a skillful manner about the Spanish Civil War. The old man constantly mentions the symbolic death when he says that he is tired. Thus, war makes us realize that the least destruction that war can cause is destruction of physical property. But the maximum destruction is where people loses their hopes as is in the situation of the old man. The author defines life as living with your loved ones and implies that a man can be considered as living only if he carries hope. Here in this story, even the old man loses hope due to war. How everyone is displaced from their homes due to Spanish Civil War in 1930. All are moving away from their homes, maybe never to return to ruins. Is a way war can bring destructions into the lives of an ordinary people. So, war harms the lives of people and animals that are not a part of the fighting and have no idea what the carnage is about. It has a devastating impact on the innocent civilians and turns their lives upside down. Now, the conclusion of the anti-war poem and the story. After Blenheim is an anti-war poem that talks about the various battles fought during the 18th century, especially the Battle of Blenheim. As we know that anti-war poem is a poem in which the poet writes about the consequences of a war in which he or she was present. It tells us the things that happened before and after the war, that is, the destruction and the death caused. It illustrates the horrors of warfare and the devastated landscape. Some of the anti-war poets are Edward Thomas, David Jones, Wilfred Owen, Rupert Brooke, etc. And the famous anti-war poems are For the Fallen by Lawrence Binyon, When You See Millions of the Mouthless Dead by Charles Soule, and many more. In the poem After Blenheim indicates the scathing criticism of the horrors of war, international diplomacy, politics, and matters cut off from the lives of the common men. After talking about the battles, the poem concludes making the readers ponder on why the war was fought and its consequences. In the same way, the story Old Man at the Bridge, the old man was the reflection of the war, who had lost everything in his life as the effect of the war. The author felt sorry for the old man and the people like him who were mentally broken by the Civil War. That is why The story portrays the devastating effect of war through this story, which can have on people, especially the innocent civilians whose lives are turned upside down. Through this story, the author wants to convey his opposition to war because war spreads panic and anxiety all around. Everyone becomes aware of the impending death as confusion and chaos prevail everywhere. Hence, dear children, through this lesson we see that war does not determine who is right but only who is left. The guns and the bombs, the rockets and the warships are all symbols of human failure. War is neither glamorous nor attractive, it is monstrous. Its very nature is one of the tragedy and sufferings. Hence, mankind must put an end to war before war puts an end to mankind. So, dear children, with these words I end my lesson. Hope this lesson will help you in understanding what anti-war poem or story means, and it will be beneficial for you in your comparative study. Thank you.